The first question asks why the planning should be done at 14. And I think it's at 14 because that's about the age where kids start high school. And I think it's a good age because you have graduated middle school. It's about time to think about what your plans are after high school. And I think if it were any younger, it wouldn't hurt, but it's a little extra. And I think you're thinking a little too far ahead. When you're 12 or 13, you should be thinking more about classes and friendships. And like I said, it wouldn't hurt to think about what you want to do when you're older, but we shouldn't make it a legal issue at that age. I don't think it should be any older than 14, however, because by the time you're 16, you should already be thinking about things like ACT scores and all the things you should be prepping to either be going to college or straight into the workforce. And students should be able to have all of high school to prepare for getting into college or working outside of school to have some experience if they want to hop straight into a job. And the second question asks, how do we balance the priorities in schools to help support this transition? I think for the most part, we would prepare children with special needs the same way we prepare anyone else. I'd have to think about my transition from high school into college. I needed to write an activities resume. I had a couple of bosses and teachers write me a letter of recommendation. I visited a couple schools with my parents. I had to take the ACT test multiple times to get a score I liked. Students with disabilities should be given the time they need to look at colleges, to prep for the ACT, and to find jobs and activities to put on their resume. If one wanted to say work at a bakery, they should find a job at a local baker shop and work there. And they should be able to take a culinary class at school or may even want to join a baking club or compete in a bake-off. Students should also be encouraged to look into trade schools. If they're interested in working in a warehouse, becoming a plumber or a welder, they should be able to take the classes that specify those particular interests. In order to help with transition from high school to a career, high school should provide the education of functional life skills. We need to take a couple things into consideration when kids with special needs want to go to college. For example, we need to educate the IEP team members and the special education faculty about legal and systematic changes in colleges. Schools need to reach out to families to help them understand what support services are in place in colleges. We must develop skills that will be necessary in college and teach students to use assistive technology. Students need to be given the documentation they need. We need to educate students about their disabilities and their strengths and explicitly teach learning and organizational strategies. We need to ensure that students are prepared to apply for accommodations at college, and we should support students in understanding the differences between the systems of service provision in high schools and higher education. I think a work experience program is also a great idea because students are able to spend a portion of the school day in classroom settings and then another portion at an off-campus site receiving on-the-job training. Thank you.